Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than the meta. So guys, I want to go ahead and show once again how I'm getting rage quits running match coverage. In particular, I'm using the nickel 2-4 cover 6 palms and different types of coverages to catch my opponent off guard. I'm also using like a cover 2 match. You'll see me getting interception against my opponent. Guys, you'll see me running. This is all defensive breakdowns, but if you guys want to find out and get more information about how I run my offense, I actually have a breakdown, 8 different formations that I use for the spread offense. Shows you how I read my defenses, what kind of plays, my setups, and all that kind of stuff. So you guys really have to check it out. Link in the description below at the very top takes you right to my Patreon. So let's go ahead and jump into this gameplay. I do have my teleprompter going, so I'll be able to point some things out to you. I'm going against a guy playing Seattle Seahawks. Good rosters, got some speed with the wide receivers, a good running back. Anytime I set my defense up, match conservative with option, and then baseline is how I run it. And nickel, one of my first audibles is I like to use a cover 1 contain. I use the Overstorm Brave, and then from there I like to run cover 6 as my base defense. So basically what I like to do, okay, so anytime I'm seeing a single back or I-form formation, wherever the tight end is at, I'm going to take my defensive line and shift it off to that side because obviously there's extra blockers with the tight end. And this actually will go ahead and cover up any kind of blocking assignments that we have. I think I should be clicking onto this guy right here because the reason why is I've got a flat zone out here and I've got a deep quarter. So if he does go over the top, I've got coverage that's going to essentially take away this area right here. So I can be a free agent, and really what I'm looking for is any kind of crossing routes that kind of come over the middle of the field would be the areas that we're to look for. But my job is to get down to the box and support the run. So I think what he does is he does a stretch play off to the short side, and actually no, he throws a little quick out right there. So in the back of my head, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if he's just going to try to dink and dunk me with little quick outs, then I'm going to go ahead and try to do a hard flat and catch him into a situation like that. Now, if you take a look, he was running curls as his base play. He did a quick out right there, and because I had off coverage, he threw it. And then now he's probably knowing that, okay, this guy runs cover 6. That might be a situation where he can get himself into trouble. So right now, I'm actually looking for palms as my coverage, and I think I didn't set it up correctly. I missed it. So now I need to back out and play cover 6 and just hope for the best. So what he does is he takes his tight end and flips the play. So now he's flipping the play. Ideally, what I should do is I should flip the play myself, so I can use this guy in the backside, but that was just kind of a bad decision. But I do take my defensive line and shift him over, and the reason why is I want to try to prevent any kind of a stretch play and making it easy for him to run against me, because I don't have strength on that side. So right here, go ahead and set it up. He does do the stretch play. I think that's an RPO stretch, just based on the blocking. As a result, he gets only a couple yards on that, which is a good situation. Anytime you get your opponent in third down situations, that means your defense is putting him in situations where he's going to have to make tough decisions and try to convert. So right here, he goes ahead, nose huddles. He flips the play once again. This is the assignment I did. I took my guy and I lined up on his guy right there, his wide receiver, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my line and shift it over off to the right. And once again, I'm just going to go and look for this. I'm not worried about this area because I've got one-on-one right here, and if he actually does throw like a quick little out, I've got a flat defender that could potentially pick that off. So really my responsibility is to try to protect against a run in this type of situation. So let's go ahead and see what he does in the series. We see I shift my guys over. I go ahead and pinch these guys over. So if he tries to go ahead and run in here, just like a backside run, my job is to fill that actual gap. And if he tries to run and bounce out, he's going to jump and run into this guy right here. So there should be sound run defense that I have set up in this type of situation. He makes some type of an audible adjustment. Right there, he goes into a pass, and you can see he does a little quick out. So this guy's actually attacking me with quick outs, My flat defender didn't get out there in time. He actually kind of pulled up. So he's using slants and then doing quick outs as part of his scheme. So this guy's got a very simplified scheme. Right here, I actually figured out, I finally get myself set up with, I think, the palms play. Because he didn't know huddle me in that type of situation. So I'm having a hard time finding it. I keep scrolling past it. So back in the cover 6 again. Now I go ahead and think I might have jumped into a running. Or no, I actually go ahead and switch it to the backside. Right here, and I'm going to use the single side safety, and basically he does a backside run right there. So that's actually a pretty good run for him with the ISO play. 8 yards is a big chunk of yards. That means he's not going to give up on the run in that type of situation. So I might jump into, this is where he jumped into cover 1 hole, and the reason I did that primarily is because I wanted to take away his run. Now, one of the things I did is I took these defensive line and actually put them in a flat, and I should be blitzing with this guys, and these guys are going to come down and hopefully go ahead and give this. But he's making fast adjustments. He's doing quick little outs, and he's trying to dink and dunk me down the field. Forcing me to go and think that I'm going to go ahead and do underneath coverage to do that. So you're going to see how he sets me up with this offense, where there's a threat and a run with the I form, where he's doing some basically zone runs. He's just doing quick little outs, and he's setting me up for a big play. So I form pro once again. Right here I jump into cover 6. And he's got his tight end on this side. So really what I should be doing is just should be flipping this play right now, just to go ahead and put the one side right here. So here's the adjustment I did. I went ahead and put hard flats out here. I've got this guy in a hard flap, and I've got this guy manned up on the outside, this guy manned up the outside. And the reason I do that is that if it's kind of a deep post or any kind of a crosser, these guys are going to get underneath it and actually mess up his passing lanes. Really, my responsibility is to watch the tight end, because if these guys come out in flats, they should get picked up by the flat routes. So I'm not really worried about the running back routes at all with this. So he does do a run play. I pull myself. I actually went to the weak side. He runs to the strong side, and he actually gets a nice run. So, okay, so now the pressure's on me mentally. I'm like, okay, this guy's running. He's getting effectiveness with the run. I'm using cover 6 to try to take away those crossing routes. I do the hard under flats to try to bait him into that type of situation. So now I think what I did is I do in a cover 1 contain. And I'm going to go ahead and take these guys and put these into flats with the hope that he tries running. He does try running right here, and he gets a nice little angle, another block. So now he's just carving up my defense. This is a situation where he's run first. He's using the RPO stretch play. He's getting pretty good blocking with it. And I can't jump into that contain, because what happens is the contains is getting pulled off, and then that offside, that stretch play is actually going to get an extra. It's going to get an extra lane, because if I jump into contains, it's not going to work. So right here, this is where I go ahead and make a fatal mistake. You see how I'm pressing these guys down? I press these guys down. I don't know if I did this deliberately or if I did it unconsciously. I'm pretty sure it was unconscious, because what I really wanted to do is I wanted to do flats in this type of situation, and I think I had these guys matched up, and my goal was to slide this off to the weak side, and I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive in the box. So that was my goal, but I made the fatal mistake of pressing. This is not okay. So you can see I have this set up. If these guys do crosses, that's fine. If he does a quick little outs, this should be taken care of. If he does a quick little out like he's done, he's going to be taken care of. I have to get down to the box. I've got to cover this guy. I'm not going to worry about the guys in the running backs and stuff like that. But look what happens. Look at the adjustment he makes with that. With me setting this defense up. He just throws right over the top of my defensive back and gets the touchdown. So you set me up, dink and dunk me down, flats, outs, little outs, running routes, all that kind of stuff. He set me up for a big play. So I got to remember that in the future against this guy. But he is a run-first person. He's got a run formation, and he's going to take all the underneath stuff from there. So we're going to come back to that. All right, so the score's 7-7. I shoot as much clock down as much as possible, and I like to do this primarily because I want to put him in a situation where he's not going to be able to go ahead and grind out, you know, a 3-minute drive against me or 4-minute drive. The option of running is really not going to be there, and if he does run, all he's going to do is it's going to be against him. So I want to make sure that he doesn't have any time to do that, and if he settles for anything, he'll be able to settle for a touchdown. Not do that. So I'm not going to press my defense because I know he'll throw over top my coverage. So right here, let's see what I go ahead and jump into. It is a cover 6, but I'm using the middle linebacker, and I guess he gets confused a little bit on that, what to do. So he no huddles, balls down. He's got 56 seconds now. Now I actually just stay with the basic cover 6. And what I'm doing is I'm taking these guys and putting these guys into deep zones, telling him, you know, basically saying, hey, if you want to go ahead and hit me over the top, that's fine. Right here, he goes back to the outside run. This is against him right now. He's not making a good decision. He should be spread formation right now, passing the ball in every single down. Staying in his offense is just not a very good choice with this much time on the clock. Just because if you're running stretch alert X smokes with basically 45 seconds left in the half, you're not going to be able to get the ball efficiently down the field. So I'm going to let him run the clock. He doesn't take a timeout here. He's down to 34 seconds. Now he's a little bit more pressed for his time. So now I go ahead and jump into basically palms. And one of the adjustments I like to do, instead of leaving these guys in quarters, I like to put these guys in thirds. So I'm going to put these in a third. I'm going to put him in a third. And the reason why is these guys fall back right away. They defend the deep ball a lot better than quarters or halves and stuff like that. So it's just a really good adjustment to go ahead and use against your opponent. So he actually does the play action. And right here, he actually throws to the flat underneath. This is something you should have been coming to earlier. And he actually picks up a little first down right there. So good decision by him. But I don't want to give up the big play. He can dink and dunk me down the field, but I'm not going to give up the big play because where you can see where he's at, he's still at the 35, and he's only has time for just a couple more plays. So now I was trying to adjust one of my defenses, but he's still coming into this heavy set. So now he's got a split black formation. Once again, I think I'm going to run palms if I can see my play art. So, and this is my adjustment. All I'm doing is putting these guys in deep thirds because they fall back as far as responsibility. I've got these guys in matching principles, and I'm not going to use these guys, so I won't get myself out of position. I'm going to play the 3-rec hook. This guy should match here. If the running back comes out, he should be matched. Basically, this guy should match right here. If this guy goes vertical, he should match. And if he does go and outs, this guy should match on that. And my responsibility is going to be the 3 wide receiver that's in the backfield. So I like this situation against him. Actually, what he does is he actually throws into a post route where I've got matching principles at the top. I don't know if he was thinking this is a cover 2 because I even ran cover 2 the entire time, and I've been I've been running cover 6, so I might have screwed him up a little bit on that. But as a result, he actually throws into my quarter, and I'm able to go to the interception. Funny thing, he presses his guys against me, and I'm able to go and pick up a cheap touchdown right before the end of the game because he chooses to do that. So now I'm up a score on him, and I'm actually in that type of situation feeling pretty good about that. So let's go ahead and jump into the next gameplay right now. So I'm up by 3 scores now, and I've chewed the clock down. One of the things I did was just basically just chew the clock down, and I was okay getting settling for a field goal down in the red zone. So I just settled for the field goal. I punch in him because now the stress is on this guy. He wants to throw things underneath. He wants to go ahead and run the ball. Now I got to put him in a passing situation. So this is where he started struggling with this defense. And this is one of the things why it's good that if you understand your defense, how you can make adjustments to really throw your opponent off guard. So once again, I'm going to go in palms, And my responsibility, I'm shifting my guys over. My responsibility is to take these deep guys and put them in the thirds because they're going to protect against those deep passes. I'm going to go ahead and use my 3 rec. And I think what he does is he chooses to do a play action. All right, so he's been showing me run. He's got a heavy set. He tries to go ahead and challenge me up top. I've got my thirds out there with some of the best defensive backs in the game. And he actually tries to go ahead and aggressive catch me over with Metcalf, and my defensive back is able to slap that ball away. So I'm just making minor adjustments. I'm saying, hey, man, if you want to dink and dunk me down to the field, it's fine. All you're going to do is you're going to chew up the clock, but I'm not giving up the big play in this type of situation, being up by 2 scores. You in the fourth quarter behind and having a bind because you made a bad choice. So now here's another thing. This is a quick adjustment I did on the fly. I don't typically run this, but he keeps to challenge me up top. I think he wants to go take another shot up top, and I didn't like the solo stuff going on. So what I did is I went ahead and blitzed all, and then I'm going to go ahead and use this guy over because he's only got 3 receivers that are really like a vertical threat against me. And I'm going to take this guy over the middle of the field and actually play in the box. And you can see right here, because of that, I almost get a sack. It should have been a sack. He got rid of the ball, but you could see that should have been a sack in that type of situation. So now I just showed my hand that, hey, I'm going to come after you with pressure, and you're not going to have any time to get these big shot plays off like you've had previously. So psychologically, he's messed up a little bit. He goes into the gun split flex. And I think this is where I might have switched into just a different coverage. So did I go into cover 6? Yeah, so I go in and cover 6. Now, this is what I'm doing against cover 6. I'm taking this guy, putting him in a hook zone. I'm taking the outside defender, and I'm putting him into a soft squat. And my responsibility is to put this guy into a deep half. Now, this is basically cover 2 match coverage, which will mess people up because if he does try to throw a quick outs, these guys are going to have some type of passing responsibility to do a quick out. But if they also do go vertical, I've got these guys that are going to carry with the vertical routes too. So it's kind of nice to have this. Let's see if I can set this up. Now I'm trying to set this up, but you can see this guy's in a vert hook. What I didn't set this guy up yet is I put him in a deep zone and not into a vert hook. So right here actually goes ahead and takes off this running back just because he doesn't like the look. He's in a 4th and 3, so he's in a bind, and I think what he does is he huddles, and I set the defense up correctly. I don't know if I'm going to get the play art, but this guy's in a vert hook. He's in a soft squat, which means he's going to carry with any kind of vertical route, and I got this guy in a deep half. And I wanted to set this guy up for any kind of a quick out or any kind of a route like that. So he does a play action and actually tries to throw that corner out right here, and Howard's able to pick him off, and that's pretty much it. He just gets confused with it, and he quits out against me. So once again, guys, thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. If you do like these kind of gameplay tips, make sure you put a comment down below on the like button. But I'm going to keep showing you how I run my defense and how I'm actually making adjustments and stuff like that. And if you want to see my ebook, go to my Patreon. Basically, I've got a whole breakdown of my spread ebook down to writing, and then I've got probably about 20 different gameplays that you guys can take a look at. You can see how I make adjustments and reads and stuff like that, so you can see exactly how I run my offense. So thanks for your support, guys. Until next time.